The scene from almost every road here in Nueva Ecija and other provinces is similar. Thousands and thousands of hectares of rice fields now turned into swamps. For 3 days, crops here were submerged in floodwaters and mud. The damage to rice farms is unprecedented. Typhoon Koppu couldn't come at the worst time. This is supposed to be harvest season, and now there's almost nothing left. Farmers here say this is what's left after months of backbreaking work. Their crops are now worth almost nothing. More than 90% of the farmers here do not have money to start on their own. They borrow money from lenders despite their inability to pay high interest rates. And with more than 60% of their crops destroyed here now, they say they are forced to borrow money again, and that will leave them in deeper debt. Bernardo Calilang says farmers are among the poorest people in any community here because agriculture has been neglected for the last 20 years.
Imbis na sana yung gagamitin nating pang-import,
the funds that the government should use to support us doesn't go to us. It goes to buying imported rice from countries like Vietnam and Thailand.
Nueva Ecija province is considered the rice-growing heartland of northern Philippines. Even before Typhoon Koppu hit, rice production was already reduced. That's forced the Philippines to become one of the world's biggest importers of rice. Farmers say they have become vulnerable to extreme weather conditions brought about by climate change. The weather patterns are different, and that means the harvest now coincides with the arrival of strong typhoons. Some say what's needed now is a shift in government policies.
It's not acceptable that in every disaster we give out seedlings to recuperate. We really need to study which plants can and can't grow. What is more agriculturally sound to grow? What kind of infrastructure should be there so the solutions would be more permanent?
Initial reports from the Agricultural Office put the damage bill to crops at around $900 million, and that number is expected to rise. They may be held back by the devastation, but farmers say for decades they have found ways to cope, even with barely any help from their government. Jamela Alindogan, Jazeera, Nueva Ecija, Northern Philippines.